Hello friends and welcome back. This video is titled Police Officer Posts Photo Online, Her Boss Sees It and Calls Her into His Office. That sounds wild. Adrenaline floods Adrienne's system. She can feel her heartbeat in her throat and she takes a deep breath while anxiety bubbles inside her. She had no idea what her boss was about to say, but she had a list of excuses ready. After all, she hadn't done anything wrong. She was just expressing herself. And women are allowed to do that, right? Her thoughts are soon shattered by the sound of her boss's voice echoing throughout the police station. "Adrienne, come in," he said. She let out a sigh and walked into his office, but a terrible feeling hit the pit of her stomach. And nothing was ever the same again. There was nothing Adrienne loved more than her job. Living in Dresden, the capital of the eastern German state of Saxony, her city attracted crime just like any other, making Adrienne's job incredibly important. She'd been serving in the Dresden police force a handful of years, and nothing had ever gone wrong. But that was all about to change. Adrienne was far from lazy. A total gym rat, she constantly worked out to make sure she was in tip-top shape for her job. Soon, she began to share her workouts on social media, which seemed harmless at first. That being said, no one could have ever predicted how far her online presence would reach. And little did she know her whole world was about to get turned upside down. Although Adrienne's posts began as simple workout videos, they quickly turned into something more. Then, Adrienne began to get a lot of attention on social media. Adrienne was loving the fame and admiration that her Instagram posts were attracting. Soon her followers increased massively, and it wasn't just people worldwide paying attention to Adrienne. Her colleagues started paying attention too. As far as her personal posts and her career as a policewoman went, Adrienne didn't see any conflict. She continued to give her job her all every day, and when she got home she used her Instagram account as a place to relax and unwind. Before we continue, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now back to the video. She couldn't have imagined that one event was about to threaten her lifestyle and her own identity. After all her coworkers were aware of her posts, right? After achieving a huge amount of success from social media, Adrienne decided to take a 6-month vacation from her work as a police officer. She was confident that she'd be able to make enough money from her Instagram sponsorships she could afford to take a break. And after all, her colleagues at work didn't seem to have a problem with it. And she intended to give her fans a treat. The plan seemed foolproof. But soon, her dream life would get crushed into a million little pieces. After an incredible period of travel, Adrienne returned to her home a completely new woman. Her level of fame had reached a ridiculously high level while she had been away, amassing 500,000 followers and being dubbed as the most beautiful police officer in the world in the news and media. But it was this kind of attention that soon had her colleagues on the force raising their eyebrows. To them, it seemed like Adrienne's lifestyle was beginning to get in the way of her job as a police officer. And their decision about what they were going to do about it left Adrienne lost for words. Adrienne was used to online trolls. She had heard every insult under the sun, but it never fazed her. However, she never expected that the negative backlash would come from her own colleagues. Her co-workers weren't at all happy with all the attention she was getting. They were about to come down on her hard. Once Adrienne returned to the police department in Dresden, her colleagues were all seemed happy to see her again. However, not long after, Adrienne's boss came out of his office and asked to speak to her. Her heart started racing like an Olympian going for gold, and a terrible feeling hit the pit of her stomach. The meeting could have been about anything, but Adrienne wasn't feeling optimistic about it. Hundreds of questions ran through her mind. She knew she'd been pushing her luck over the last year with her social media lifestyle. She thought she could get away with it, but had she crossed the line? Was this the final straw that would bring down her career for good? Adrienne waited patiently for her boss to tell her his news. Was this all over? One of the first things that Adrienne's boss told her is that crime hadn't disappeared while she was gone, and the police department was extremely understaffed. But Adrienne was confused by what her boss said. Were they mad at her? Was she in trouble? Was she about to be fired? Or were they welcoming her with open arms because they actually needed her? She couldn't wait any longer. She needed to find out now. The Dresden police indeed needed Adrienne to be part of the force, but they were also furious. Her boss was disappointed with her for posting countless inappropriate bikini pictures of herself for the whole world to see, claiming that that wasn't what a policewoman should be doing. He also told her that higher police department authorities had also seen what she was doing and that they weren't happy with her. Although they didn't want to fire her, they were still furious about her pictures online. In their eyes, she had brought shame on the whole department. But would they let her keep working? After much discussion amongst themselves, the department decided to give Adrienne a choice. She could continue working at the police station if she wanted to because they needed her help. However, they did have one requirement from her. She'd have to get rid of her other job. There was no way Adrienne could have both of them. If Adrienne wanted to return to her job, she'd have to give up her life as an Instagram model and influencer. This also meant that she'd have to give back all that money that she received from companies for promoting their brand. It was a big decision, and Adrienne had to do a lot of thinking. But time was running out. After staying silent on Instagram for a few months, Adrienne broke her silence. She took to Instagram to tell her fans that she was actually going to stay a police officer. "I'm going to work," she declared in a video she posted on Instagram. "I'm going back on the beat." Defiant, she declared, "I'm putting my uniform on." And with that, she ended the video and went back to work. But would she be able to resist temptation? After Adrienne had made her decision to return to the police force, her fans and followers thought that they'd never hear from her again. Then, Adrienne boldly began to post pictures on Instagram again. Was she openly defying her boss? And would she get fired for good this time? What was going on? Adrienne had decided that she was willing to give up on her dream of being an influencer, but not entirely. So, she reached a compromise that she and her boss were happy with. The deal they made was that Adrienne would continue to post pictures and fitness videos on Instagram, but her side gig couldn't interfere with her work on the police force. It turned out that it wasn't just Adrienne's colleagues who were unhappy about her double life. Her boyfriend was less than thrilled that her photos were out there for the world to see. And his demands were a lot more unreasonable than her boss. In fact, he wasn't willing to put up with Adrienne's online fame at all. Once it was clear to Adrienne's boyfriend that she wasn't going to put an end to her influencer career, he put an end to the relationship. But Adrienne doesn't let other people's opinions of her get her down. Life isn't always a bowl of cherries, she mused. But does she have regrets? When Adrienne reflects on her life and her decisions, she doesn't regret her choices. She's proud of her achievements and grateful for the opportunities that life presented her with. And while not everyone agrees with her lifestyle choices, she's learned to follow her heart and ignore the haters. She's even managed to balance her career and her passion. She wanted to share how she attained her enviable physique so she could inspire others, so that's just what she did. So, what's her secret? At the tender age of 14, Adrienne began to hit the gym because she was unhappy with her body. But when she started lifting weights 3 years later, it was a game changer. She's competed in fitness and bodybuilding competitions her entire life. Although Adrienne is passionate about taking care of her body, she didn't begin posting on social media just to show off. Adrienne first began hitting the gym because she wanted to lose weight and tone her glutes and thighs. She began posting on Instagram because she wanted to inspire others to begin their own fitness journeys. "My hope is to motivate others with my page and my story while helping them to reach their own sports goals," she wrote. In the beginning, although she was working hard for the body she wanted, Adrienne just wasn't seeing results. That's when she realized that she had to face a difficult truth: getting in shape took more than just going to the gym. She knew she had to change her whole lifestyle to get the results she wanted. Adrienne realized that staying in peak physical condition required vigilance and dedication, just like being a police officer. Although she had been lifting weights and training hard as a teen, she only made a drastic lifestyle change in 2014. To achieve the body she wanted, she had to rethink and overhaul her entire diet. In 2014, Adrienne decided to take the food she ate extremely seriously. She ditched all processed food and began eating a whole food diet. She eliminated sugar and stuck to fresh fruit and vegetables, meat, and whole grains. The results were dramatic, and her diet even gave her a competitive edge in international fitness competitions. "At my first competition, the International Hessian Newcomer Cup Butzbach, I was able to rake in 2 cups, Adrienne explains. "I wasn't just victorious in my class, I also won the complete competition including all female classes." And, just a month later, she dominated the International Niedersachsen Cup in Salzgitter and the German Championships in Bochum. Unfortunately, it wasn't all smooth sailing from there. While it may seem like Adrienne won the genetic lottery with her looks, her health was a different story. When she turned 30, Adrienne was hospitalized because she needed to have a painful tumor on her chest removed. Although the tumors turned out to be benign, the frightening experience really put things into perspective and gave Adrienne a whole new outlook on life. The surgery only highlighted how much Adrienne's health meant to her and only increased her dedication to staying fit and healthy. "Only illness or force majeure could keep me away from the gym," she said. "I'm far from being at my final goal. Building your body naturally takes time." And Adrienne's dedication has paid off in a big way. Although the cost of Adrienne's online fame was losing a 10-year relationship and almost losing her job, she wouldn't change a thing. As of now, she has 543,000 followers on Instagram. She continues to share her fitness journey with her fans and even appeared on the reality series Fitness Diaries. So, what's the bodybuilder turned cop's fitness secret? Although nobody wants to hear that there isn't a real secret to Adrienne's physique, she attributes it all to her diet and exercise. Adrienne works hard to maintain her body and eats healthily, and she's not following any trendy diet. Adrienne is a fan of carbohydrates and sticks to 2,500 calories per day. When she trains her whole body, targeting all her muscle groups equally. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.